Hello, I'm Beth, and welcome back to my cozy little book corner. Today I'm coming to you guys with a very special video. It is my first ever book haul, and I am so excited. I have some pretty awesome books to show you guys. This should be the first one. I have, I think, two, because I have a Black Friday order, which should be arriving sometime next week. So maybe next week's video will be an unboxing. I don't know exactly how this is gonna go because I don't feel you can give really an accurate description of a book until you've read it. But since basically that's all book hauls are about, I'm going to have to do it. The first four books I have to show you guys, I bought off Thrift Books, and if you guys have never heard of them before, then I suggest you guys go check them out. I don't know if they ship outside of the US, but if you guys never heard of them, I suggest you guys check them out. They're a really good used bookstore. They sell really good books for cheap prices. Like a hardcover, like new book is like $4. You can't beat that. And then the rest of the books I bought at thrift stores around my house. If I don't know much about a book, then I am sorry, but I'm only going to tell you what I know about it. And if I don't know it, I'm not going to look it up because I like to go into books not knowing what they're about. So if I know what it's about, then I will tell you what I know. But if I don't, then I'll just tell you the author and the name and what little I do know about it. And that's gonna have to work. The first book here I have, I'm super excited about, because I have The Novice by Taran Matharu, I think. And this is one of the books that I don't know much about. I do know that it has to do with magic, and that the cover is super cool, and that it's been popping up everywhere. So that's all I know. The second book I have is The Conjurer's Riddle by Andrea Carmer, I think is how you say it. And this is the second book inside of the Inventor's Secret trilogy, I think it is. And it's like a steampunk alternate reality, like where America didn't win the Revolutionary War and the United States was still part of England. And I've read the first one, but I need to reread it. It was like forever ago. But I think I remember liking it enough to get the second one, so I'm going to reread the first one and then read the second one. The next one I actually have is actually a bind-up of two books, and it is The Wonderful Land of Oz and The Marvelous Land of Oz by L. Frank Baum, I think. This is the anime illustrated one, and they are beautiful pictures. Like, I saw it and I'm like, I need it. This is a need to have, not a want to have. This is like, you need it. I mean, just look at these pictures. They're so pretty. I love beautiful pictures. Like, nothing sells me on a book more than beautiful, beautiful pictures. I have never read The Wizard of Oz, and so I'm really excited to get into this one because I think it's about time that I have. The next one I have is actually a graphic novel, and I actually have already read it, and it is Delilah Dirk and the Turkish Lieutenant. And this is like an Indiana Jones kind of thing, only she's a girl instead of a guy. And it's pretty funny. I actually really enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to be getting the second one I got from Thrift Books. Now to get on to the ones I bought from thrift stores around my house. The first two I have are books 1 and 3 inside of the 39 Clues series, Chills and Vipers, and they are books 1 and 3, which is The Medusa Plot by Gordon Korman and The Dead of Night by Peter Langus. I have read the first book in like the first box set of 10, which is like just the original 39's Clues series, and I really enjoyed it. So when I found these each for like $1, it's like, I'm gonna read that entire series eventually. Why not just pick them up, even though technically they are books 11 and 13. But the next one I'm really excited about because I loved the movie, and now I finally have the first of the books, and that is The Field Guide by Holly Black and Tony Ditsalis. I cannot say his last name, it's really weird. But I really love the Spiderwick movie, and I am super excited to have this book. Also, I have never read anything by Holly Black. I have read a series by Tony Ditsalis, still can't say his last name. But, and I really enjoyed it. But I really think it's time that I read The Spiderwick. Next up is The Compound by S.A. Gordon. I don't know much about this. This is one of those books that I knew what it was about at one point, but I look up so many different books and go through so many different stories that by the time I get around to buying some of them, I don't remember what they're about. And this is one of them, so it's going to be a complete and total surprise. I think it has something to do with them being locked inside of an underground bunker, and that's all I know. Next up is Peter and the Starcatchers by Dave Barry and Ridley Peterson. I think, if I'm correct, it is a Peter Pan retelling, which I think is a pretty good guess given by the guy in the moon. So, yeah, that's all I really know about it, and that it is middle grade, but I am super excited to get into this one. And next up is Infinity by Sherilyn Kenyon, I think is how you say her name. Kenyon? I don't know, I'm really awful with names, as per usual. I am sorry if I messed it up, but that's the best I can do. I don't know much about this book either, except for that I think he's a supernatural hunter, so he hunts like werewolves, zombies, vampires, and stuff like that, and that sounds cool because, I mean, I've watched a couple movies with that aspect to it, but I haven't read any books, and I think that this one sounded interesting. And then last but certainly not least is Specials by Scott Westerfeld. This is the third book inside of his Uglies quartet, I think it is. Maybe it's a trilogy with like a short story collection, I don't know. But yeah, this is the third book. I don't own any of the other books in the series, and I saw this one and I'm like, eventually I want to own all of them, so get this one for cheap and pick up the other ones later. I may have problems, just a little bit. But yeah, so this is the third book in the series. I haven't read the first ones, don't know what they're about really, except for that it's this world where they, like when you turn 16, you go through surgery and that makes you pretty. And that's really all I know. Alright guys, that is it for this book haul. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, and I'll see you next time.